Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I'm going to make a few little tidbits here. And the reason I decided to do them is I was going through some old bins, not really old bins that I hadn't looked at in a while, and I found these Tim Holtz squares. They were from bigger sheets of his 12 by 12 papers that I had in the past. And if you've ever had some of the, not the current ones, but the original ones, they had big sheets, and then sometimes they had them where they were 4 by 4, the same prints, and then they brought them down into 2 by 2 squares. So it was 6 by 6, so you got 36 little squares. So I got a ton of these little squares. I'm like, well, I should try to do something with these. And right next to them, of course, I've got my Tim Holtz photo booth items. So what I decided to do is just make some quick little tidbits. Nothing too fancy, but just to have on hand, to be able to throw on to a journal card, or even just looking at these, you could definitely take them and attach them to a page and use them as a, some sort of tuck, kind of like that. So these would be cute little focal accent points. So taking them a step further, a lot of these are just black and white, but there are some. This one was pre-colored, and I thought I had some other ones out there. Oh, this one, right in front of my face. This one is pre-colored, so I thought, well, it'd be kind of fun to take some of these black and whites and color them. So I pulled out my alcohol ink markers, but you could probably do these with watercolors, watercolor pencils. I've seen it done other ways, and see if I could sort of color them to just be fun. So this one, you can see it's on a pretty bright little Tim Holtz, and I colored her shirt pink, gave her some green earrings. This one was on not so bright, and I colored the shirt yellow. These two, the outside, I used my stamp cutter and made like a postage stamp kind of deal. So that was nice and easy and fun. If you don't have postage stamps, you could always use these kind of pinking shear scissors. I've done that to make fake stamps all the time, or any decorative scissors you might have, just to give a little bit of fun to that. So really simple, just cut and glue and I'm gonna show you how I painted those. These two were from the solid ones, and I just nipped the corners with a corner rounder. And this one was a piece of washi tape that I found. And this one right here, this purple one, was part of a ticket washi sticker that I had. I cut the top off. It had a little bit of a barcode. I love purple and green together. I think it's fun. And so this one, it was hard. She had a dark shirt on, but I did add some green to it. Add some pink to there, green to her headband. I probably could have painted her earring in a little bit, but I just thought it was kind of fun to add a little bit of color. Pink and green, purple. Very kind of spring-like, even though it is darker. This one, I found this yellow and green washi tape. I knew I wanted to paint the yellow, the flower yellow. Oh, geez, I just realized I put my new nails on recently, and yellow and green. How fun. Look, they match. I'm very coordinated with this video and didn't even plan it. Didn't realize that I was holding it here, right here, to look at that. Funny. So as I was saying, I wanted to paint that flower yellow. And when I found this yellow and green washi tape, I thought, well, I'm going to paint her dress green. So color coordinated, green tag. All right, so what I was decided to do is just make a couple and show you how I painted them and that. Now, if you don't have these, again, they're 2 by 2, so you can take any sort of, it's a heavier item, and cut them down to 2 by 2 just to make squares. Now, 2 by 2 is just a random thing. I'm gonna do this side, a random size for this. And I just started at 2 by 2 only because that's what the little things were from Tim Holtz. So you can make these a little bit bigger if you want to have more room, but I just thought they were kind of fun to have. Was this 4 inches? Oh, right, I got 2 of them. I thought it'd be kind of fun to have smaller things to add. Put that back in my scrap pile. This is still good to make a journal card. I like that. If you've got cardstock that's left over from something, this would be easy enough to use. It's solids. So I am going through my scrap. I'm just going to cut one of these instead of two of those. And we'll cut that to 2 by 2. And there we go. All right, so this one's pre-done. So I was thinking I might put that one on her. Now I did cut these down and got rid of all the white border on them, just to make sure that they were small enough to fit on the card. And I did nip the corners off just to make them look a little less new. And got rid of the white on the edges. All right, so like I said, for the ones that looked like stamps, I just took my stamp thing, but let me show you how you could do it with pinking shears, because not everybody's got that little stamp machine. I like to just, and I've said before, just cut the tip off, not cut the whole thing off, just nip. You can almost hear the clinking, because it's just taking the littlest bit off. There we go. Now it does make quite a little mess, because you're not cutting a full strip, you're just cutting off little triangles. And so you've got something that does look like a little stamp. Now I think there's something, and I'm not inventing anything new with this, I think it's something called twinchies that you use 2-inch things for. So we can do that. Now, it'd be kind of fun to add something. You could probably keep that by itself, but maybe I'll add since she's got that white collar, I've got these 2 washi tapes that are like in black and white, but that has a pen mark on it. This has buttons. That would be really cute, I think. Let's do the buttons. Put that away. All right, now I am going to, not with that, I am going to cut the, instead of ripping the washies, I am going to cut them so that it has a nice straight finish. Whoops, stuck to it. All right, let's see how long. Probably should get some glue for this too. All right, we're gonna go right there. Oh, come on, I just used you. Wow. There we go. I just need a little poking, a little prodding. It's probably way too much glue. Oh, I cut one too many. One too many. Got a little piece of the green tape from the last ones in there. Now you might think, well, that's really a lot of work for just one little strip of washi, but I think the little accent piece is fun. All right, I'm gonna have her looking toward the washi, and I'm just gonna glue it right there. So how simple is that to make fun little tidbits? And you know, I don't know about you, but you know, I got a lot of this stuff a while ago, and really never knew what to do with a lot of it. I liked it, but just didn't know what to do with it. So there she is. Cute, simple. So that's a combination of the two, using washi tape as an accent, doing the pinking shears or a stamping scissor, and nice little easy tidbit. Now I got some of my scraps, like I have these pre-made pockets here, and so I decided I want to make some pockets, and I've got some flowers. I've been making a lot of flower things lately, so this would not be the worst thing in the world. And I could put her on there, she would work. I would put her on here, and I think she works better. even though she has a flower. I like that teal and green better. And you could add it like that. You could add a few more things to it if you wanted to add some more, you know, washi tapes or some papers or another layer of stickers or something like that. And one of my stamp labels I did recently, add a little bit of purple to that. I like it. Let's go ahead and make a pocket. Wasn't planned, but you know how that goes. You're just crafting away. And I decided I definitely wanted to craft away today because it was supposed to be today is Sunday. And the heat index today was going to be astronomical, like near 100. I'm like, I'm not going outside anywhere. And tomorrow is supposed to be even worse. Like 105 or something crazy like that. But then it's going to get back to normal. Or not really normal, but back to a reasonable amount. So just got to get through today and tomorrow. So I'm thinking Craft Fest. And here's the planes flying by. So whatever book this is from, it said, "When Swati let her eyes close." Oh, that's a low-flying plane. Almost look like one of those like crop duster planes. I do have a lot of fields near my, so it could have been something like that. But easy pocket done with a cute little tidbit. Add something else and done. I like it. Okay, so painting. I wanted to show you how I did that. And let's do this girl. She's got a pretty dress with flowers. Don't need to paint that one because it is already painted. Now, originally when I was thinking about doing this idea, because I get the ideas in my head, I was thinking to make these like stamps, call them stamps, and I did cut the one with stamps that were like historical stamps, like put the dollar value on there, and famous people. You know, who knows? These people could have been famous in their time they were around. And you know, put the stamp, put the dollar amount stamping on there. But after I started doing them, I'm like, you know, I think they're a little too big for stamps. Not that they're not real, so they could be any size. But yeah, I just wanted them to be more tidbits instead of making them stamps. So I do have an evolution process of when I'm making stuff that I go through and change my mind on some things. Okay, so this one I am going to paint with color, and I did pull aside, I've got this tidbit, or 2-inch, and then I had this paper, and I was thinking, you know how I did the washi tape, why couldn't I just put a little piece of ripped paper? And her shirt has a bit, looks like little flowers on there, so little flowers on there, so I'm thinking color a little pink, and do that and do a layer, and I think she'll be really cute. So let's find a alcohol color, and this could be fun. It is cherry pink. Now her dress is pretty big, so I'm going to use the broad one. Now one thing I did do is I did pull about a spray bottle alcohol because sometimes it got a little thick and I wanted to kind of rub it away a little bit, because alcohol, it layers as it's going and it's kind of hard to do it. So I'm going to try to do one layer and not keep going over it. And I went too far there, but I think it'll be okay. So I did do that to give a chance for it to work. And now I just have a little piece of cloth here, and I did, as it was drying a little bit, to get rid of the thicker stuff, I did rub it a little bit just to even it out a little bit. No way am I a professional in this, but just, now if that's right or wrong, I don't know. I don't think I need to add alcohol to this one. It's not as bad. I like the color. That pink with that and that, I like it. Now I don't know if I can get any color in her bow, but I'm thinking, and I don't want to, she has a line there, but I think it might be, Do I attempt to? Oh, do I be brave? Okay, works for me. Now I have that little bow right there. You know, a green bow would be kind of fun. All right, I got a mossy green grass green. And I'm gonna use the fine one to see if I can just add a little bit of green to it. Now it seemed like when I was doing some of like the dress, if you had a darker color you wanted to go over, you could do it, but you couldn't use a light color. And again, I'm just gonna brush it a little bit to get rid of any extra lines. I think that worked actually pretty good. I am happy with that. Oh, I like it a lot. Very cute. Okay, so we are going to, I don't think I want to put straight. I think I want to keep the ribbed. I do like that bright flower that's on that side. So we're just gonna take a little piece because we don't need to cover the whole thing. And we're gonna get rid of the top part there. And that might be enough. Get rid of just the slightest bit of the bottom. And I'm gonna ink it. I think that'll work. I'll put that there. I definitely think I'm gonna put that there. Yeah, for sure. Yep, I like it. All right, we're gonna glue it down, and then we're gonna glue her down, and we're gonna call that one done. Oh yeah, that's cute. Now, hopefully you're not like, oh, that's so simple. Why are you showing us that video, Lisa? Well, I mean, it's not really, I'm not saying that I'm inventing some new technique or anything, but it really is just trying to show something that I'm using, and that might inspire you to do something completely different. You know, maybe you've got these little photo booth things and you haven't played with them a while, and it inspires you to go make something. Maybe you have something else that is pictures like that, and just to make little cards for that, and it inspires you to do that. That's really, I get comments all the time from people, or showing, sending me things that they made, or tagging me in their videos, and you know, saying they saw my video and then they made it this way, which was different than the way I made it. And I love that, because to show some inspiration for it really just makes my heart sing. Because a lot of the things that I do, I've seen a video maybe of somebody, and this one was, I think, and I'm not sure how long ago it was, but if someone had these similar cards, but like 3 in a row that she had cut from a thing, folded it into a like a little folio, and the center was one of these pictures, and she decorated the fronts and backs and tucked that in. And I took that idea, but didn't do the whole folio thing, but just the smaller piece, and doing one of the pictures was my inspiration to jump off to this. So this might be your inspiration to jump off to something else. That's really where we're at on the whole thing. All right, should I make one for this guy? He looks kind of boss-like on a beige. He's kind of dark, so I'm thinking that might work. I just have my little oh, no, I do want the big size. I just have my little scissors somewhere, and they're right in front of my face. Again, we're gonna just trim it down to get rid of that white, or whatever background it is. And get rid of the corners. Okay, I think I'm gonna round this one instead of doing the stamps because it's pretty simple, and I am going to put some ink on it. Now this does have two sides. One's more texture and one's less texture. I might ink this side with less texture because I'm thinking I'm gonna add a washi tape to this. And it'll probably be easier to glue a washi tape onto the smoother side. And I'm thinking his shirts have a little lighter stripe, and yeah, I'm thinking I could color that a little bit. All right, I'm thinking, whoops, that's a big side. I'm thinking he's a marine blue kind of guy. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. I'm just gonna use this in case I go crazy. There we go. Sorry, I'm all silent while I'm doing this, but I'm concentrating. And we're gonna just get rid of the dots near the end. I really could have put it on there, but we're doing it there. All right, blue done. Okay, I found two washies. One has like blue and gray buttons, which would be definitely fun to go with that. And then I got this black one that says, "Let's go see the world." And I wonder if I could actually put both. This one's pretty thin, but I want to see how long "Let's go see the world" cuts out to be, because it might just be too long and it's going to be a moot point that it's not going to work. So let's cut that. And, oh yeah, it'll work good. Okay. I'm going to try the Yoo-hoo stick on this. All right. All right, let's go see the world. It's going to be here. My fingers aren't cooperating. Trying to move it up. Whoops. I'm just going to cut the bottom off a little bit since the top is. There we go. Let's go see the world, and then I'm going to put the buttons next to it. Boy, that one's crooked. You know, just starting it over. I'm going to put some more glue down because it was crooked. And you start crooked and then you end crooked. And I noticed that on the last one I did, one of the washies I did, it was crooked to start. So all right, that's a little better. All right, so I'm going to put the buttons next because I don't mind if he goes over the buttons, and she even shows half of the buttons. So, but I wanted that full things to be seen. He looks like he's heading off in his smart jacket, right? All right, you are going to go to this blue button. All right, and some glue. All right, so I hope it kind of makes sense why I'm doing this. Like I said, just to inspire. Let's see what we can do. And I love to hear when you guys let me know. Like I said, let me know. Oh yeah, I made this. I made that. And especially if you make videos and tag me on it, I love to watch those. Check them out, comment. It makes me happy. Okay, whoops. All right, mister. Okay, it's not showing too much, but I can can live with that. I'm just showing a little bit. Yep, we're living with it. I could cut it down a little bit, but then the black frame that goes around the photo thing is a little hard to, I could have probably put some like of my VersaFine Clair black around it. That would really blacken it back up again, but I think it's okay. What do you think? Just a hint of the buttons with the blue. Let's go see the world. I like it. Definitely unprepared or unplanned for it, but yeah. Okay, well, I think I showed you what I wanted to play with. And I got 6 new tidbits and a couple cards to be able to play with it. So yeah, fancy them up. And I was also thinking if you have like border punches, you could probably do that. You might want to start with a bigger than 2-inch square, but those border punches would work if you don't have like the stamp ones for that. But yeah, I like it. Very fun. Okay, well that is going to be it for this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to check out my Ko-fi account. I recently uploaded those paint strips. Almost forgot about her. Recently uploaded those paint strips, and they would be fun to add to something like this, putting paint strips on there. I have to think of a project to work on those. But I've done a lot of paint chip projects recently, so I kind of wanted to do something different. Yeah, so if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Check out my Ko-fi account for the paint strips, as well as other stuff that I have in the freebies in there. And any questions or comments, please feel free to leave it below. As usual, I appreciate each and every one of you that has stopped by, and I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye for now.